Evocative Sounds. And oops, here's a little, I'm going to move this over here. So I'm going to read out the description that we have on the website right now. And so the broad premise of this residency is to use music education techniques to improve listening and oral discernment abilities when youth and seniors are connecting with each other. Borrowing from the field of acoustic ecology, it aims to provide the opportunity to focus on the sound environment, which we would otherwise take for granted for the development of ethics, aesthetics, and personal knowledge. The ability to listen effectively and be conscious of our interpretations of the information from our sound environments are universal and could provide keys to developing cross-cultural and intergenerational learning. Woo! Awesome. All right. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. So basically, I'll just cover a few of these little topics. I have all of my references on the Miro board and more links and videos that I will share with you all. But essentially, what we're thinking about for evocative sounds is that it can take form in so many ways, and that it fosters compassion with active listening techniques, learning to create rich and deep conversations with each other rather than hearing each other. We're actively listening to each other, talking about acoustic ecology and our everyday soundscapes, and we're celebrating everyday sounds. So it's from the bathwater running to cooking pasta to hearing birds in the morning. Where we can draw to music, and of course, thinking about drawing to music. What sort of emotions and feelings does that sound provoke? And even thinking about lines and mark making and how to use how to express ourselves fully when we're thinking about drawing to music. um, Exploration of personal sonic lineages is something that is very exciting that I will share with you in a second. Music and movement, thinking about how we can move our bodies to music however we can and however that is possible for us, and also engagement for musicians and non-musicians. So Manny, we're going to work together and think about that, and I'd love to hear your opinions about how we can engage both people who have some music experience and those who are just starting out. So this is a great artist, and his project name, I guess his moniker that he went by is called The Caretaker. And if anyone has heard of this project, it is fantastic. So basically, The Caretaker had focused a whole set of albums dedicated to creating, well, he had not personally experienced dementia. I'm not sure if he knows anyone who personally experienced this, but his hope was to create an album that would give a sense of loss and losing memories, and things are feeling familiar but you're not quite sure what they are. And these albums are fantastic, that the cover art are all things that you might sort of recognize. They might seem kind of familiar, but there's still some sense of uncertainty and confusion and just a loss of what that really is. So I think that that is something that we can think about when drawing to music and thinking about what we want to create and what we want to express. There's just a lot there for that, and I will certainly link the Caretaker's albums in our big group discussion Miro board. So, and this is a fantastic artist who in 1995 was diagnosed with dementia, and these are his self-portraits all the way until 2000. And as you can see, I think this might work, better for graphic medicine too, and how that can be incorporated. But again, thinking about how we can express illness and personal struggle and ever-changing struggles through music, through drawing, through art. There's a lot there. So, all right, contextual situations. So, we're thinking about how elders are seen today and do they feel seen? Thinking about breaking down stereotypes between groups and types of music preferences. Um, just thinking about how we can fully feel like we can express ourselves, our enjoyments, uh, be exposed to different types of music, music in different languages, so many things. And again, like what Cora said in her presentation, we're all yearning for something and we need to feel some sense of fulfillment. So where are people feeling stuck or lost, and how can evocative sounds aid in a feeling of sense of contentment and fulfillment and really just awe and wonder in what we're being immersed in? Yeah. So this is a piece by John Cage, and it's a work of generative music, which Cora is awesomely getting me into with Brian Eno. So I'm very excited to do that. But essentially, this is his score. This is his piece. So if you've seen on YouTube, or um, I will send that in the link. I'll send that as well to you. But this is essentially a piece where if it's being performed with a large audience, say the pianist is sitting down and they are not touching the keys at all, they're sitting there, maybe they're flipping their book, but all of the sounds generated are randomized. There might be a baby that's crying in the background, maybe someone sneezes, maybe someone is really confused and they're shouting out loud, what is going on, why aren't you playing your piano? It's so exciting because music is everywhere, and music can be someone who is yawning, someone who is sneezing. It's all there to start off something really exciting. So, oh, are we all good? Am I speaking too quickly? No?
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. All right, so we have a lot of questions to consider, but you don't have to read them all. Don't worry about that. I'll just highlight a few points. Um, but thinking about music and healthy aging, thinking about how we can have gratitude and recognition of our everyday soundscape and how we can listen to each other. How do we honor and uncover elder sonic lineages and personal stories? So this is fantastic. Sonic lineages are sort of like your personal history of what you listened to growing up, what you listen to now. So it's all about sort of your personal record of your musical history, and that's really, really exciting. So I hope that we can fit that in there somewhere. Thinking about what kind of music has shaped us, what have we forgotten, and what we would like to rediscover. And again, it's just creating a sense of belonging, connection, and understanding through music making and art creation and sharing. And we want to give everyone really comfortable, exciting, and inviting space. Yeah, so our value proposition is again immersion into our everyday soundscapes, techniques to draw music and promote different feelings and emotions, knowledge of music benefits and importance in our lives. And I really hope that what we can do is make everyone feel like there's no rush. You can take your time through activities, through what you want to explore. If you have questions, we can help aid in that curiosity building. uh yeah, it's I'm talking so fast because I'm just so excited about it. I'm losing my breath. I need to take a breath. But yeah, there's just again there's it's so exciting to think about how we can connect with each other through music and language and being present with each other. That's so important. This lady is fantastic. So she is a wonderful singer and songwriter. She's has a fabulous TED Talk, and she is talking about sonic lineages and creating music from our everyday soundscapes. Again, she brought up a story about she was cooking lima beans in her kitchen, and the pot lid on her counter was bouncing back and forth, and she heard that beat and she heard that rhythm, and then she made a whole bass line out of it, and it became this fantastic piece of music. So I hope we can encourage that. Yeah, so this is Keiko had introduced me to the wheel of privilege. It's really important to think about where participants are coming from and how we can support them in the best way possible. And again, with having it as an online presentation, an online learning forum. Uh, what how can we incorporate audio music samples as vibrations, include closed captioning for all the videos, just more technical things that we'll think about and work through, the sizing of words, color, etc. And here is the wheel of privilege that I found online. There's so many different kinds that fit for personal organizations, things like that. But I'll make sure that this is on the Miro board as well, so we can all look through that. It's very important, and I did it myself to see where I was at on the wheel of privilege. So it's definitely a good activity. Yeah, so for our lessons that we're thinking about doing, we could have recorded or asynchronous music sessions and interviewing a musician, maybe a reflection after. And like Manny was just talking about in the beginning with a sonnet that he was saying in Farsi, how can we incorporate that? How would Manny feel about, being interviewed, maybe doing some music for us? What would that look like? And yeah, there's a lot to it. I was thinking about daily sound journals, so kind of like a gratitude journal, but you're noting sounds that you're hearing. There could be, you know, sound maps, um, documenting sounds in your neighborhood, in your city, in your home, music shares, making playlists for each other, and getting used to music that maybe we're not so used to and not so familiar with. Music and movement again is really exciting. So I don't know if I have time to talk about Gordon Hempton, but he is a fabulous acoustic ecologist who is trying to preserve silence and the sounds in nature. And it's a fantastic story. He's actually beginning to lose his own hearing. So I think his he's I wouldn't say he feels like he's on a time crunch, but he has said that there's more of a rush for him to get this out to other people as his own hearing is declining, and he wants to preserve as much of the sound recordings that he has made over time to give to other people. And again, I think this is just other other lesson plans that we could have. Um, I was thinking about exquisite corpse creations with music and connecting with other participants, but of course, who knows with COVID and things like that, how would that work online versus in person? But yeah, I think that covers it. There's still a lot to think about and to chat with Manny about, and interviewing other musicians and things like that. But so far, I think that's what I've got. So yeah, thank you for listening and taking that in. I hope there was something that you might enjoy to explore further, and if that's the case, I will definitely send you all of those links. So thank you so much, everyone.